Welcome to the Monday podcast. Woo, yeah, voice crack. I'm Adam.
And I'm Bryce, and this is our podcast. This is our first
Yeah,
episode.
for episode 1.
And you can also check out our little channel intro that we did, that should be up by now. It's going to be the first thing we post anyway, so, yeah.
Also, if you didn't watch that, mainly what this podcast is going to be about is, our lives, social media, blah, 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 what's going on in our personal lives. Yeah, it's basically just a conversation.
Yeah, and we're really just purely doing this out of fun. It's not, it's not, like Adam said in the other one, it's not to, get famous on YouTube or anything like that. It's just us just screwing around, just having a fun time. So, I like listening to podcasts like that, like the podcast What Say You. So, shout out to
Shout out.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's just us just screwing around, talking about what we normally talk about because we thought that our conversations were pretty funny. So,
all right, to end your rambling, episode 1 is gonna be called Sluts. Sluts.
Now, I don't necessarily agree with Adam on this name just because one of the girls we're going to talk about is not a slut.
She's basically like a mix. You know how people like mixes like with races and stuff, like half Hispanic, half Asian. She's kind of like a mix with that. She's like,
Okay,
I'm nice and I like anime and I'm a fucking gold digger slut bitch. That's one of the girls that we're gonna be talking about. By the way, that girl is Sam. Shout out. Yeah.
No,
all right.
but no, what Adam's saying, like, I totally disagree with. Sam is really a nice person, and don't like say anything like no, but seriously, like Sam is like a really nice person. And I do not think that about Sam.
Bryce, you're missing the point of the podcast. It's going to be called Sluts.
Yeah, but that's more of like a joke and an intro puller type thing. But yeah, no. Sam is not a slut. Sam is a really nice person, and I do not feel that way about Sam at all. So,
I do.
Just to throw that out there. No, but no.
Okay.
Seriously though, Sam is like super awesome.
Since we're talking about Sam right now, so basically, a lot of things. If you don't know who Sam is, which you shouldn't, because if you do, you're a stalker. But she's this girl that has a lot of problems, and she has no idea where she's going in life.
And be nice, Adam. Don't be really mean.
No, I'm not being mean. I'm telling you this from the perspective of if you just met her. She's a nice girl. Crap. I just lost my train of thought. But she's this nice girl. If you first met her, you would realize that, she kind of doesn't know where to go in life, kind of confused, blah, blah, blah. But it's not always entirely her fault.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
And I really, like, she's, like, probably my best friend. She really is. And I really feel bad for that all the stuff that she's had to go through. And I've been through, our stories are, like, exact pretty much with what has happened in our lives, but not gonna go into that, but basically just so
right now as we speak, not when we upload this, today is April 26th. We're filming this around 2 o'clock, but yeah. Right now as we speak, she's in a Louis Vuitton limousine just because of a graduation of her stepsister. I really don't get it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Basically, her dad is basically getting married with her.
Yeah, we don't want to give away too much personal information.
With a new mom that already has a lot of stuff, but the mom happens to be very rich. So now Sam is becoming more and more of a slut / bitch. I'm saying that purely out of love, Bryce. I'm not trying to be mean. But
and she's obviously not perfect. No one is, and but obviously I'm not perfect. Adam's not either. But I don't know, and we don't want to do this whole drama podcast thing. We're just purely just talking about kind of what's going on in life and giving our honest opinions. So, we're not trying to put people down or anything. Um, but yeah, so pretty much she's just struggling with a lot, and
And also, she happens to like okay, since her stepmom has a lot of money, she's becoming more and more spoiled every day. Like literally, her first car is gonna be a brand new car, and as long as it's under like $1 million, she can get any car she wants.
yeah, and I, you know, I and
I mean, like
I have to
you
agree with Adam with part of that. I mean, yeah, she's like one of my best friends, but I mean, money does really change people. So,
Yeah,
um,
I mean, like, seriously, she's living in the top 1% out of every person in this world.
yeah, they're buying they just bought a brand new house, huge house, amazing like house really, but in a really nice place right next to the beach and everything, and not right next to the beach, but close to the beach, and yeah, so
I'm just
um,
saying, by the time she's 20, she's probably going to be partying in, like, Malibu Beach with a bunch of famous people, probably snorting coke.
and I really hope that's not the path that she takes. I know that she's a better person than that. But yeah,
Right now, at least.
yeah. So you know,
We'll keep you guys updated on her. But, yeah, those were our thoughts on.
do we want to give a little bit of background information? Last year with the whole situation.
Which one? The one with me?
No, the one with me, and I'm not gonna go into detail, so don't really go into like super detail about it.
Okay. It's the weirdest, most fucked up shit, man. Um, I sound like a stoner, but anyways, so last year and during the school year, so Sam basically was saying this. No, I'm not gonna date anyone because, like, not from the school anyways, because you guys are all like stupid, like fat assholes that are freeloaders and all that crap. And
Freeloader's
and
an
then
inside joke, by the
yeah,
way. So if
basically
you
that's
don't
what
get
she said
that,
to us, and we're like, okay, we'll back off. We respect your decision, blah blah blah. But then all of a sudden, we find out this: the scrawny little kid named Caden.
that
Uh,
is no, like, so me and Caden used to be pretty good friends, but then this kid just turned into the weirdest, gayest kid. Like, he would flash me at my own house, like.
oh my gosh, yeah,
Like
like okay,
and Adam, I've not told anyone that. So like I
yeah,
have
yeah,
not.
you have.
Yeah,
Remember? Oh my gosh,
I
you
don't
don't
think I.
remember telling me that?
Okay, I don't know, but and then basically I had already liked Sam. I've known Sam since like fifth grade. And but I never really talked to her too much until my eighth grade year, and yeah, so I've talked to Sam um consistently, like weekly pretty much for like over 2 years now. So but yeah,
So
so
basically, they're becoming more closer and closer. And I was also really close with Sam. Don't
yeah.
I'm not trying to sound like a hater or anything, but we're not so close now. But we used to be,
Well, that
and she
that's kind of an understatement. Adam's not so close now. I'm not as close as I was, I think, over summer, but we kind of grew apart a little bit this year. But we're trying to.
we definitely grew apart. She basically there's only one person that she really told, or a couple of people I should say, that she really told her story, and she's basically canceled like all the negativity in her life, basically. And apparently I was a part of that negativity, so she canceled me out, blah blah blah.
And she canceled me out for a while, but I'm back in. And
But
yeah,
yes, he's back. Okay, but he's
but
black again. He's black dynamite. No, I'm just kidding.
no, but like
Uh,
yeah.
but
Well, so the whole Caden incident. So
okay, so basically, Kane and Bryce are, or used to be, really good friends, and then
yeah,
all of a sudden, one day we find out through the wonders of social media.
that Caden told Sam that he liked her and was gonna asked her out, and basically I'd liked Sam for a while, but I didn't really want to kind of ruin our friendship, and so
He
Um,
kept it a secret, basically,
I kept it a
because
secret, and
who doesn't want to ruin a fabulous friendship?
exactly, because we were really great friends. Like, I mean, we were like really good friends. I mean, and we still are. Like, we would go to each other for like advice, and we actually just last week we had a really like crazy conversation, kind of. But no, but we would go to each other because we had pretty much the same problems in our life, and just kind of get advice and stuff. And yeah, it's definitely a pretty cool friendship. But for me, that turned into more, and
Yeah, but it didn't really bother me that she like broke her like statement saying like, "Oh, I'm not gonna date anyone from the school because you guys
yeah,
are all freeloader fags."
it's
That
mainly
that didn't bother me so much. What
yeah,
bothered me was Kane was bragging like a bitch.
yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
gosh,
Caden, and
he
he would treat just everyone like an absolute dick. And basically, I told Adam and Brandon and like maybe like one other person, and you
Oh,
guys
Brandon, by the way, is
it,
one of our best friends.
yeah, yeah. So and I've known Brandon for like a long time. So
Yeah, I've recently met him, but he's a really cool guy, and we're like best friends now. We're besties. Anyways, continue the story.
yeah. So pretty much Caden somehow figured out that I liked Sam at the time, and
I think that was because you told Sam, didn't you?
I don't really remember because I told Sam a few times like
Yeah, because I
that
think
year.
I remember that year or last
Yeah.
year at least, and you told her that you liked her, and she gracefully declined.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Yeah.
I think that's how Caden found out because since they're dating now, they have to tell everyone basically all the secrets, and one of the secrets was Bryce liked Sam,
Yeah.
and Caden found this out,
And
and he became so mean about it.
he
He's just like,
went
"Ha, I
freaking
got it. I got her, and you
ballistic.
didn't." Blah blah blah.
He would send me text messages of like pictures with them and then say like, haha, you wish, like I don't know. It was just it,
You wish this could be you.
exactly. And like he was just an absolute dick about it. And it's like and he just totally ruined our friendship. And I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like because there's this hobby that I got into that I'm not going to say what it is just because you can look up that hobby and you'll probably find videos of me. Um, but there's a hobby that I got into and I turned out to be really good at it. And I got Caden into it and I gave him, um,
He gave him a tool that's used for that lobby.
exactly.
Hobby, sorry, not lobby.
And, which is an expensive tool to be honest. I'm not going to say what it is, but yeah, and it was pretty expensive. It was like, $50 to $60. And and I was always inviting him over to my house and stuff so that we could film videos of us
Yeah.
doing this hobby, and and just helping him out, because his family didn't have a lot of money, and um, yeah,
Yeah, and also, so back to the story. So that's how they were really good friends. But the problem is he ruined the friendship by like bragging about it. I don't know. I guess he needed to feel like he was the alpha male. Like I
yeah.
said, he was a scrawny guy. Basically, if you kicked him, you would like break his bone.
And
Like,
what makes me like feel good about that though is because like if he didn't see me as a threat, like to getting Sam, like as like a relationship, like he wouldn't have even cared. But he cared so much that he would go to the extent. So he really thought that I was like a major threat.
yeah,
Which
basically what he thought was like, oh, Bryce is going to swoop in and steal Sam. No, once you're dating someone, we back off. That's just how we roll.
exactly, and exactly, and that was my plan. I wasn't gonna back off as a good personal friend, and he knew that. He knew that Sam was one of my best friends, and that I knew a lot more about Sam than he did, and he was not happy about that. So
Oh, funny part is, okay, so I'll tell the rest of the story, or Bryce, you can add your comments on this later.
yeah.
But basically, what happened was one day, this kid, Caden, starts telling everyone that they had sex, underage sex, and that her
Well,
vagina smelled like fish.
a blowjob. Yeah. And he also there's this video of her crying like that he took of her and was showing everyone. And yeah.
Yeah. He was
So
just basically being a complete asshole about it. I mean, like, I
yeah.
understand if you don't get that many chances about this, but truly, you shouldn't take advantage of it.
Yeah, exactly. And Sam is such a nice person. I mean, I could never take advantage of Sam like that. I could never see myself ever doing any of that.
So basically, Sam broke up with him,
And
and
they didn't really have like a real relationship. It was more
yeah,
of
because they haven't even kissed.
yeah,
I
well,
mean, like,
and
this was like it
they
was like a
couldn't
middle school relationship. It was so
exactly.
weird.
It was so weird. They couldn't talk to each other. They like Caden was so afraid to talk to her. They went on like one date and sorry I'm moving around here. Well, they went
It's
on like one date with Sam's best friend too, who also just kind of like tagged along. And I talked to Sam's best friend about Laura, and she said it was like
oh, you just revealed the best friend's name. The best friend's name is Laura,
new
but whatever.
character. But yeah, so pretty much Laura and I talked pretty deeply for probably about the last year, just because sorry, I'm putting on a different shirt. Just because of I kind of went to Laura for like some advice about Sam and stuff. Just because me and Sam are both really socially awkward. But yeah,
Yeah, you are.
yeah, no. So I went to Laura this like past year, for this past year and a half for like a lot of advice and but yeah, so no, but Laura said that it was like the most awkward, weirdest thing in like the world. Like they didn't talk.
Yeah, literally. Okay, so I think they did it for like 2 months the most. I think
Yeah,
was it?
that's about right. Yeah, and
Yeah. So basically, they imagine that
and
two
I
months
don't really
you only
think they.
text each other
Yeah, and FaceTime.
and FaceTime, and you
Yeah,
go on one date, real life, and you never kissed.
yeah, and then Caden starts this whole oral
Crap.
rumor. Yeah, and other rumors. But yeah, and so she basically let him into her life, and he kind of told her life to everyone.
That's when Sam started getting screwed up. That's the funny part. I
Well,
think Kane started it all.
yeah, exactly, and it really damaged her. It really damaged everyone around. It damaged me a lot. I mean, I think I changed as a person because of all this. This whole thing really started a lot. He was telling Sam, fake stuff about me, and it damaged our, friendship.
Also
And
fake stuff about me, but I mean, like, I wasn't that close to Sam at that time. Well, I mean,
yeah,
like, we were pretty close at that time. I should say that,
I
but
I
he was
think
also fake saying fake stuff about me too.
yeah, I think last summer the three of us were like really close. We would talk like every day.
Almost, yeah. We were skyping each other, and we would say the funniest crap.
Oh
But
my gosh, that
that
was
went
so much
away
fun.
eventually,
Yeah, exactly.
and yeah.
And I really miss all that. But yeah, it,
But now, this is what we're saying about Sam. Right now, she is like so mean to like people. Like Bryce would text me at like 2 a.m. in the morning saying like Sam's such a fucking bitch. Not because he hates her, but because Sam literally intentionally ignores him. I mean, like, he doesn't even text her that much. Like,
yeah,
maybe like once a week.
and it's like
That's
just
like the most.
and it's at like the worst times, like where she'll act like so nice to me, and we'll have this like really just nice like you know because we go to each other for advice a lot, and we'll have this really like just deep conversation. I'll be like, oh wow, she really we're really good friends, and then it'll be like, what the hell, now you won't even like talk to me, so it's just it's
Basically,
it's a lot
so
of
this is
drama.
what I'm saying. This is why I think Sam is, why this episode's called Slut. I know the definition of a slut is basically someone who just gives themselves around, kind of like that. And
But
not just for sex, but like just for like other stuff too. Like,
yeah,
it's just weird.
and she
I feel
she's
like
not
Sam is like, oh, sorry, Bryce, you can go.
well, and she's not a slut in a sexual way, I wouldn't say. I mean,
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, like, she's a slut in almost every other way. Literally,
yeah,
like,
well,
she'll be a slut with her. friendship. Like literally, 1 second we're friends, 1 second we're not. And when she needs us, she'll be like, "Oh, I need you." But when she doesn't need you, she'll leave you alone for the rest of your life. That's
Exactly.
why we came up with the name Sluts for
And
this episode.
I'm not, none of our friends know about this podcast. Sam doesn't know about this. No one's going to, but and I really feel bad for her, and I'm it's not that I'm mad, about any of this. I'm not. We're just kind of just stating our opinion. I mean, I'm not we don't
Okay, I'm gonna
we
tell
don't
you how
hate
we
her.
came up with like the idea for our podcast. So we were just like Skyping literally like maybe an hour before this,
Yeah.
and we were having a really good conversation. We're like, "Oh my gosh, we're so funny. We should put this on a podcast." And we're just doing this out of pure enjoyment, and also saying our opinions, talking about social media, our personal lives, blah blah blah.
Yeah. And Sam's not a bad person. Like, we're not trying to say that Sam's a bad person. I mean,
Definitely not. I'm just saying she's going through a phase.
yeah, and she's just making some bad decisions. I mean, we've all gone through those phases, and um, she's a great person overall. I mean, I think that Sam is probably she's really changed my life in a lot of positive ways, and yeah, we're not trying to bash her or anything. We're just
No shade has been thrown, just to let you know.
no what?
No shade has been thrown.
I didn't even get that, but
Okay. If you don't know, shade is kind of like, oh, like, no, how do you say it? Like, trash talk has been, we're not
oh
trash
yeah,
talking,
yeah,
basically.
exactly. Yeah, we're not trying to judge her or anything. This is just purely us, just just screwing around, being guys. So, um, yeah,
Okay, so Sam overall, this story, Sam right now not doing so great. She's becoming more of a slut, not in the sexual way. Do not take that in the wrong way, but on almost every other way. Friendship, money, blah blah blah. There we go.
yeah, and
That's the
well,
summary of Sam.
we didn't really go into like we went into recent stuff and stuff that like 2 years ago. We should kind of or like a year and a half ago. We should kind of go over kind of like this summer because this summer was actually really good. I think.
The summer was okay,
Yeah.
but okay. So now we already talked about Sam, her current condition, blah blah blah. I already said I don't need to repeat myself. And do you want to talk about the next subject?
I actually have one more thing to add to it. The Sam thing. I was
Okay,
rejected.
fine.
I was rejected. I think like I lost count. I think it was like 4 times by her, and yeah, that feels really good.
Oh my god! I should have muted my mic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but yeah. So and she rejected me in a nice way. Each way. It wasn't anything mean, but
Each
yeah.
time.
But yeah, like 4 times I
You
think.
could say Bryce is friend zoned.
Yeah, 4 times. And I did it to her face like twice. I texted her, and then like one time was I Skyped her about it, and yeah.
Okay,
So next
next
topic.
topic.
Let's talk about Adam's problems now.
Oh shoot! You're making me blush.
So Adam met this girl named Kenzie or Mackenzie,
Or
and
Ken's, or Mac Miller, or Macklemore. It could go on.
yeah, pretty much. And Adam basically just met her and thought she looked pretty good, and well, she actually,
The
and
funny part is
and yeah, and
people thought
she
that I really was really in love with her. Like,
yeah,
no, I'm like, oh, you're pretty. Hopefully, you like me. Blah blah blah.
exactly. He was kind of like, oh, you're pretty and you're nice, and yeah, and she is pretty good looking, and yeah, pretty much. He was
Oh, by the way,
rejected.
looks is not just everything. Just to let you know, if
Yeah,
you're a bitch and you look good, I will frickin' hate you for the rest of your life.
exactly, and that's the thing about sorry about another Sam thing, but that was the thing about Sam is Sam looked really good. I mean, Sam's like beautiful, but like
Okay,
I
think of
but like I didn't like her because of that.
Kardashian mixed with uh Sofia Vergara or something. I forget her name. That really weird Spanish model that has that weird Spanish accent, but she has like the hugest tits. I know that's really bad to say,
Sam
and I
does.
shouldn't say that, but just
Sam does.
imagine Kim Kardashian mixed with her, and that's what
Sam's
Sam
like,
looks like.
no, she doesn't. Sam's like skinny. Sam's like,
I'm not saying she's fat.
she doesn't really like. I wouldn't say has like curves like that.
She doesn't have this. I'm just saying. I'm
I
talking about face wise.
face wise. I thought you were talking like body wise. No, but
Yeah,
like,
well, that's kind of. I mean, like in
Sam's
a
not that
couple of
way at
years,
all.
yeah.
And like, you know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but no. And Sam's not like flat, but she's not near like that. But no, but no,
Okay, so
no,
Brex, you know who I'm talking about, right?
no,
The Spanish actor,
no,
actress.
no.
Okay, whatever. Okay, but back on to the Mackenzie thing. Because we really do not want to talk about Sam because we could just go on, and we could literally have a whole podcast about her, but
Yeah.
we won't because we don't worship her and we hate her sometimes, not all the time.
It's a
Okay,
love
but
hate relationship.
love hate relationship. But
Exactly.
anyways, back
She's
to
like a sister to us,
Macklemore.
But yeah.
Back to Macklemore. Or Mackenzie. I shouldn't confuse you guys. I'm sorry. So basically, I was at my school. They have a drama production, and this drama production, you know, they needed tech crew and backstage. So me and my buddies, this is including Brandon, and we were like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Literally right after school, we can just, hang out, eat cheeseburgers, In and Out, Carl's Jr., McDonald's. We'll be fat asses at school, and we'll do the funniest crap. And, we were like, oh, this is cool and stuff. So then we volunteered at this drama production doing backstage, and we were given a lot of responsibilities, like miking people, just doing a lot of stuff. And we were basically sweating the whole time. But one of the actresses and actors, it happens to be Macklemore or Mackenzie. I keep calling her Macklemore. I don't know why.
It's kind of
But,
stupid. Just call her
but,
Kenzie.
yeah, I'm just going to call her Kenzie, guys. Okay, but anyways, so one day I noticed how me and Mackenzie were talking and we were like eating dinner and such because we stayed at the school till like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It was really late and it was on a school day too. And then she realized she didn't have my phone number, so literally she took my phone and like added her phone number and then she's like, call me. I'm like, oh, that's sweet. I didn't really notice her till then, and then that's when I started liking her. That's how I started liking her.
Exactly. And if a girl's gonna do that, I mean, obviously a girl has an interest in you. Like, I mean, that's
I
kind of
thought
like a dead giveaway.
no, wait, no, shush, shush. I don't want to give away the end of the story. And this is the end of one of the stories, anyways. But Mackenzie. But if a girl's gonna do that, if you're gonna take a guy's phone and add your phone number into it,
Yeah. Like,
at least let him know that you want to stay as friends.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of. I don't know. To me, like, if a girl takes my phone, puts her phone number in it, I mean, that means that she has an interest in me. I mean, that's kind of.
Literally, that's what I thought. It was okay, but I don't want to give away the end.
Yeah.
But so I worked there, and I didn't tell anyone that I kind of liked her, but I kind of didn't. Like, I didn't mean like, it was kind of like had it was like a crush basically. But I thought she liked me, and that's kind of one of the only reasons why I liked her. Not just because she had a cool personality too. She
Yeah.
looked good,
Yeah.
she was really nice. Oh my gosh, she's super nice.
Yeah.
But one day I was being in backstage and I decided to confront her with this because we basically texted every day after she got my phone number or she gave me her phone number, and I confronted her while I was working. I'm like, "Do you like me?" And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, I have to go." But she didn't give me really a true answer. So I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe she's just shocked by me confronting her because maybe we had a thing, but I didn't know. But so that was weird. And then all of a sudden, people started finding out about it. Like, Adam, do you like Kenzie? And nobody's expected, like, Kenzie liking me. That's the weird part. So I'm like, okay, she told someone that I
Yeah.
liked her.
Exactly. Yeah.
and to tell you the truth, I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. It was like a crush. I'm
Yeah,
like, okay,
exactly.
I only like you if you like me.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like anything like serious, like oh my gosh, like you know. No, and yeah, and sorry again to go back to the Sam thing, but no,
Oh my god. Okay,
I
I'm
know,
I'm
no,
gonna cut
the
you off right there.
hang on a
Okay.
second, hang on, let me just finish this one sentence.
All
Okay, the Sam thing for me was more than a crush. Like I really, really, really liked her a lot, just because we're so close of friends. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, like Mackenzie was my classmate for the longest, like 2 years. I didn't really notice her till then.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, people started finding out about me telling Mackenzie I like her because I thought it was really obvious. Like oh Mackenzie, you like me. That's what I thought. I thought it
Yeah,
was really
exactly.
obvious.
And
But I
that
wanted
really
her to
does seem
say it.
obvious. I mean, if she's gonna like do all that.
And the weirdest thing is, I wanted to hear it from her, from herself, because I was thinking about it. I'm like, what if she doesn't? Like, there's that insecurity side to it.
Yeah,
So I wanted her to say for herself, Adam, I like you.
yeah.
That's why I confronted her. But then people started finding out, and then they're like, Adam, do you like Kenzie? I'm like, what? No. And then that's a lie, by the way. I did, but so basically, one night I think it was the last show that we were doing for the drama production while I was hanging out with my buddies or whatever. There's this little thing in the front of the where you can buy your tickets. There's this thing where you can like buy your favorite actor, like like a soda or a candy or chips or whatever. It's like really just to show like your appreciation, like, oh, you're so good in the play, blah blah blah. So what I did was I bought her like, I don't know, soda, and I wrote her a little note being like, so yes or no, blah blah blah. And Bryce tagged me something on Instagram, but I don't want to say.
You saw that.
But yeah, but but yeah. So once she got this, literally, this is what I heard. I wasn't there when she got it, but this is what my friend said when she literally picked it up, read the note, threw it across, kept the note, and walked out the room. Literally, that's what happened.
Wait, so she threw the note or like?
No, she had the note. She took it off because she didn't want other people reading it.
Oh,
She
okay.
threw the other thing like in the trash can, like as she was walking out. She walked out.
Like the soda or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
It was weird. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to offend people, but like, okay, she's on her period, blah blah blah. Like,
You always think that. You're always like, oh my gosh, that girl's being such a bitch today. She must be on her period. Like, oh my gosh, Sam is being such a bitch today. She must be on her period.
literally, that's
No,
just how
the
I
the
am.
funny thing is though, if we say something like that to Sam like as a joke, like she'll like admit it. She'll say like yeah or like no. It's so
Like,
funny.
damn, you horny? Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Oh my
not
gosh.
in a dirty way. But anyways, back to the conversation. So I don't know what really happened after that, but
What the hell is this Mexican doing? All I hear is Mexican music. Get the hell out of my neighborhood.
okay, whatever. But anyways, the drama production ended. We took a huge photo, blah blah blah. So then, at the very end of that school year, I text her, being like, "Hey, blah blah, hey, blah blah blah. Hey, I need it. I still never got my answer." And she's like, "What do you mean? You don't remember the drama thing?" "No, I don't." So I told her had to tell her I liked her again. "Do you like me?" Kind of like asking her out. And she's like, "I'm just confused right now. I'm not sure." So that was probably
That
that. I would say that was a graceful no.
Yeah, and that was like the third time I asked Sam, that was like the exact same response. She was like, I don't really know right now, I'm just confused. And so
Okay,
that
okay. So Sam, you're literally annoying our viewers. Oh my gosh, they probably
I
clicked off by now. Like, oh
I
my
know,
gosh, I'm
but
about
no,
to
hang
end
on.
this tab. I hate these people so much. They're so annoying. They're just talking about this one chick. They're obsessed with this chick. But anyways, that was my story about Mackenzie. I also have a couple of other stories about with her, regarding the same subject as us liking each other, blah blah blah. But it was really confusing to me because I was like, literally, you give me your phone number, you take my phone, you look through my phone, you add my phone number, blah blah blah, or add your phone number, blah blah blah, and you tell me you don't like me. That's literally the biggest mind fuck that you could do to a guy.
Yeah, that's pretty mean.
It's not mean. It's just
Well,
so fuck.
it kind of, I mean, you take them through this whole thing, like, where you kind of, like, she totally, like, leaded you on, kind of, and then she's just like, no, like, what the fuck you talking about? I don't like you, like, you know?
Literally, she's like, no, I don't. I just want to stay friends, and I'm like, the fuck.
And
What the heck?
I just turned on my alarm clock by accident. I don't know
Okay.
why it's on my desk.
Okay,
I should go
but
throw
that
this.
was my story about Mackenzie. Oh gosh, that felt good to say. That felt good. I have to
Yeah,
admit it.
yeah. I don't know. We've never really
Those were our
told.
two stories about me and Bryce, the Sam situation, and then the Mackenzie situation. That was episode 1, guys, of the Modern Day Podcast.
Yeah.
Woo!
First episode out of the way.
Applause!
So episode 1 is gonna be named Sluts.
Sluts. Oh, by
Even
the way,
though,
I
even
don't
though,
consider Mackenzie a slut. She just leaded me on.
yeah,
I
which
feel
is
like
kind
I
of,
will put her in categories of bitches be bitches.
yeah, but sluts kind of do that. I don't know, lead you on and then drop you.
Yeah, but I'm okay. But anyways, to end that, that was the end of the podcast, guys.
Yep.
Woo!
So see you guys in our next podcast.
Which is probably going to be in a week from now. We still don't know when we're going to upload this. But anyways, bye!
See you later.